It's your boy Mo Cheese, aka Grits. You can usually catch me on Sundays with fish and grits, or you can catch me kicking on the country roads. But right now I'm on Tiger Park on X Squad Radio.
Yo.
What up? Intro.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir. We hear you. Hot mic.
Oh, okay. We on already?
We rolling. All right, let's get it.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/KeySee. That's KYSII. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Everything in moderation, man. Nobody addressed that. Trump was dead in the room. He was in the room while your crowd is saying, "Go home, nigga."
You kicking it with KeySee show.
This is Judge Joe Brown, and I'm kicking it with KeySee and the X Squad affiliate.
Yo, what's up? It's Cool Joe Goody, and I'm kicking it with my dog KeySee with the X Squad affiliate.
Yes, this is your girl, Miss Cece LaFleur, and I am kicking it with KeySee and X Squad affiliates.
Yo, what's good? It's party time. Glory. And I'm kicking it with my man KeySee and the X Squad affiliates. You dig me?
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Trey Chaney. Y'all know me as Pooh from the HBO series The Wire. You know me as Kendrick from Bounce TV's hit show Saints and Sinners. And you know me as O from Secret Society. And right now I'm kicking it with my brother KeySee from the X Squad affiliate.
It is from this highland region of KeySee.
A conscious Jubilee leadership once again visited the opposition strongholds of KeySee and Bungoma counties.
In KeySee town, three women walk side by side.
I'm the law around here.
All that boy got to do is just play the damn thing. It's going to be undeniable, man. Undeniable, baby.
I'm knocking somebody the fuck out. You understand what I'm saying?
You kicking it with KeySee show.
This is a Squad podcast.
Check. You reach another episode of the Kicking It with KeySee show. Gonna get our videos popping off here. Yes. Hello. What's good, everybody? We are doing it here the way that we do it here live on X Squad Radio Network. Y'all know what it is. We are live here. We're here on Facebook Live. We're on YouTube. We're on would say, what was the other one? Went away, man. It was something Twitter had, man. I forgot the name of it. Anyway, it's gone now. But we're on Twitch as well. So anyway, shout out to all you folks that are, checking in. See your brother here. You wonder what we do. So we're live here. You listen to a beat by your man Jones, aka Real People Music. Yeah, the song was called Thank You. What's good? We got my man G, aka Real People Music here on here as well. Let me ask you to unmute, brother. Muted over there. Unmute yourself, brother. There you go.
I can hear you, but I can't hear the music.
Yeah, you can.
Am I not supposed to hear it?
Well, now.
No, I can't. Hey, don't worry about it. Don't mess with me.
It's all good. What's going on with you, man?
Hey, how's it going?
We can't see you. We just gonna see Real People Music on the screen. That's what's going on today.
That's all y'all gonna see. You don't want to see me. I was in the middle of cutting my hair, and Anyway, first of all, before you even start, man, I need to send out prayers and condolences to the whole X Squad family. We done had a lot of transitions and homegoings, and I just want to say shout out to everybody who lost somebody, man. Our prayers with you, and everybody always say that, but anything we can do, man, is just make it lighter on you.
Yeah, man.
Most of us are in there.
And the crazy thing, it's not even just X Squad. It's surrounding other.
It's everywhere, but I mean,
it's everywhere. But I mean, we also got other podcasters, man, that are affected as well. And we got other people. You know, I don't really mention them. You haven't really seen it, but you know, we got other podcast networks, former X Squad, other people. Man, they getting hit. It was getting hit all around us, bro. And this is just bad, man. You know, a lot of family members, very close family members. I'm talking about parents. I'm talking about siblings. I'm talking about children. I mean, it's just it's bad. So, yeah.
And by no means you'll be able to find out in about 15 minutes. By no means with my foul mouth and my holy or anything like that. But you know, I do believe in the man, and I do believe that the other opposite man is hard at work right now, trying to break our spirits. So we just gotta stay prayed up, stay faithful with the Father.
Yep.
And we'll get through this. I know it sounds cliche, but you know, everything happens for a reason, and I think that's just to bring us closer to Him.
Right, exactly. There you go, man. And we got Spiritual G on this mug, man. What going on there? Spiritual G up in here. You know what I'm saying?
We all going through something, man. I had a little spiritual awakening this week, but yeah, it's kind of it's been real crazy this week. So
yeah,
I done had a lot of stuff, and it goes along with your topic this week too. You know, I had some. Well, go ahead, do your thing. I'm not gonna get into it.
Man, it's all good, bro. Listen. So anyway, I'm putting our tag in X Squad Radio and update our URL, but it's back at xsquadradio.com because we got two X Squad Radio guests here. So we got my man G, aka Real People Music. You've heard him for years here, you know what I'm saying? It's my buddy here, man, for a long shit. That's that, man. I ain't giving away our ages, man, but way over 30 years of friendship, you know what I'm saying? So this is one of the friends. This is brother.
Send the link to Leela, man. Yeah, we brothers, man. We past friends.
Yeah,
send the link to Leela. It says you're the only person to share it. So,
all right. Send the link to Leela. Let's see. Let me send the link to Leela.
Yeah, we was family before we knew we were family.
I know, right? That's the crazy part about that, man. We from the same little city. Tell her I'm sending it to him on Messenger. We from the same little city. You know what I'm saying? And his great aunt was my babysitter. You know what I mean? So we were probably around each other at 2 years old and didn't even know it. Know it. But yeah, man. Lot of stuff going on, like you said. You know what I mean? We have no idea what any of this stuff is. What the final outcome is. Like you said, it's a higher meaning behind all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff going on, and we don't know. We can't put meaning behind anything. You know what I mean? All we know is that, you know, a lot of people they feel these tragedies. They feel, you know what I'm saying, the loss of a loved one, the pain, and ain't nothing we can say to really comfort that. So, you know, we don't have an answer to that. You know?
I told one of the brothers the other day, I have gone through it. I have lost a mother, a grandmother. I've been there. What most people say, you don't know what I'm going through. I know what I've been through it. Yeah. So, you know, anybody need to talk to me, let me know, and just cry and get it off their chest. You know, I play and joke around a lot, but, you know, that's the only way I can deal with my pain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a crybaby. So if I don't I'm a cry.
Yeah, and it's like you said, and it's crazy. A lot of times folks aren't necessarily close to a certain loved one, and then something happens, and then it's whoo.
Yeah, then you get all the what ifs. You know, you get all the, oh man, I'll give you a perfect quick example for everybody listening that's from Newport News. Like I said, you might not know, you might know, but my boy Vincent, you know what I'm saying? Me and him, I'm like, when I moved to Virginia from Ohio when I was 4, like my first friend, the first person I played with, rode bikes with, played in the dirt and all that stuff, you know, kind of took me under his wing in the neighborhood was Vincent. Nobody ever really fucked with me because, you know, I was nerdy and, you know, talk funny because I was from Ohio. You know what I'm saying? He was the first person, like, really, we kind of hung out with each other off and on all the way through high school. And, you know, he went his path and I went my path. And, You know, it just towards the end we weren't even speaking on some stupid shit.
Right.
And it's just like, you know, back in April you get the message he's gone, and like put it this way, like it was a thing like we really weren't speaking at all to the point of like I just like your picture on Facebook and all that. And then the last time I was in Virginia when my granddad died, I went to his shop and he wasn't there. So like, you know, kind of just like apologize and just get, you know, on some man shit, just be like, yo, let's get over this shit. And I took a picture in front of his shop because he works down at the car shop. And that's the last time I tried to really reach out to him. And the next thing you know, April, he did. And it's like, that shit was never reconciled. And you just like, damn, it is what it is. And like we were best friends or anything like that, but it hurts you. Just like when we were young and Ricky Owens got killed.
Ricky Owens, yep. Like I said, it wasn't necessarily best friends, but it still hits home. You know what I mean? Like a dude, you know what I mean? Somebody you know. Like
my cousin, like Britta's son, he got killed. Like I ain't talked to Britta in years, but that's my cousin. Her son gets murdered and shit. Like
yes.
It's just like it affects you and you just feel a certain way, like, and everybody always say that, but you got to reach out to folks, man. You really got to reach out to people and talk to them. Like I even talked to X the other day.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna hit you like I said. If you don't talk to these folks, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I know we all have our lives. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk to you all the time. I probably talk to you most than probably anybody. You know what I mean? But we still have periods where we don't talk to each other, but it's just imagine that's the type of shit that happens. That's the way it happens. Like, man, I just talked to him last week. You know what I mean? And you just had some fiery car crash
like,
push or nothing like that.
Like, God forbid something happened to me or anything or you, and I was like, I ain't talking to you in a month or whatever. It's like that should have eat me the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what happened to Mike? Like Mike's son gets killed. I don't even know Mike's son. Like Mike was the best man in my wedding.
Right.
But I don't even know his kids or nothing. His son gets killed. You know what I'm saying? I can't even go to the funeral because I'm like, I feel messed up. Like how I feel like I ain't talked to you in maybe 5 years. I'm gonna just show up when your son died and be like, hey, what's up, homie? Like, you know, it's probably like it's anti what I'm saying right now.
Right.
But because that might.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I can't just show up in the worst moment of your life and then be like, hey, remember me? I'm your friend.
Yes. And yeah, and then you're never prepared for like, especially you know what I'm saying when you got a child that passed, man. That's something you just can't even fathom that feeling.
I think about that shit all the time.
That's right. It eats you up just the thought of it immediately.
For real, like I don't know, bro. That and my grandma would probably be the worst shit ever. I wouldn't be any good.
Right. Exactly. And that's how folks are. I mean, like I said, older parent. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we've had, you know, some of our show hosts who've lost a parent. You know what I'm saying? They want to prepare for their mother leaving or their father leaving or.
If your mama was super, like even my mama, like if you know they had cancer and they in pain and all that, you still don't want them to die. You still don't want them to leave. You can't. You never gonna be ready for that shit. So
you'll never be ready, right?
Whew. But it's worse. It's worse when it's surprising. Like with Jesse, it's just like you get a call and he dead. Like it ain't no fixing it. It ain't no going back. It ain't no.
That was sudden.
I think it's worse when you got to sit there and just watch them suffer. Like sitting there and watching my mama keep taking breaths and stopping, and you think every time it's gonna be her last breath. Right. And you sitting there like, bro, you talking about a motherfucker crying and bawling and shit. That's fucked up. But is that worse than getting a call like, yeah, they did. They was in the car accident, or they was shot, or they was they did, but you know, my whole point about it is hard to say, and I know people don't want to hear that shit. Nobody wants to fucking hear that shit, but at the end of the day, you can only focus on the good shit. Focus on the good feelings. Try to find something great to think about and focus on it. Because at the end of the day, you can't bring them back. There's nothing you could do. There's no need of sitting around saying that, oh, I should have did this, I could have, would have. None of that matters. Just treat the next people in your life better. So if your mama died and you and your brother ain't speaking, go call your fucking brother. start a relationship with him. You know what I mean? If something happened to your kid, if you got more than one kid, then be closer with the other kids. You know what I'm saying? Be closer with your wife. Be closer with you. Do something to fix that shit. Because people always say that. Just like when somebody dies, like, well, what can I do? Can I do anything? Nobody gonna do shit. Nobody's gonna do anything for you. Not anything that's really gonna help you. Right. You know what I mean? Come over, eat some chicken, laugh a little bit or whatever. But at the end of the day, life goes on and all those things happen. So the only thing we can do is just try to think of all the great things that this person did and how they affected people and how they affected your life, and take the best lessons they gave you and live your life by that, and use that to enhance moving on in the future. So that's my. I know that's not what we supposed to talk about.
That ain't what we talking about, amen. But you know, things.
That was on my heart because I ain't talked to everybody in a while, and I'm not really close with a lot of people. But the shit hits me. Like when I see that shit, somebody died, Mocha's aunt died, all that kind of shit. It's like it's people going through shit and they're going through pain and and that's on top of all the shit you're going through just in regular life. So it feels good to hear somebody say it. Like I said, we can't really help anybody because we don't know what they're going through, what they're dealing with. The main thing is, like I said, focus on the good shit, man. Focus on the important. So
yeah, and like I said, it's a you know, and like I said, I said that these topics like this, you know what I'm saying, we didn't even touch this. It just went this way, you know what I mean? and another thing that I could say, I don't mean to cut you off. It's cool.
But what we need to take from this is, if we haven't done it, if we're not doing it, especially in the Black community, we have this taboo thing about, and this will kind of lead into what we really want to talk about tonight. Yeah. We have this taboo about insurance and wills, and it's like if we talk about it, we're gonna kill our mama. If we think we should have this shit. This is how you start. Like when they say Black people don't have no generational wealth, we don't know how to develop anything. We don't have real estate, but what we do have are insurance policies. We can get that. Right. The man hasn't stopped us from doing that. We just gotta pay for that. You know, Big Mama gonna die. You know you're gonna die one day. That's inevitable. We all know that shit is gonna happen. Yes. So start getting these policies and stuff on these people. People like, if I get a policy on my kid, it's like I'm murdering them. It's like, that's some bullshit. Right. They gonna die. Right. We're all gonna die. So why not benefit from all these shicing ass companies? Just they're benefiting off of it. Somebody's gonna benefit off of it. Right. Why not us? Because I can say that, like I said, when Jesse passed, luckily, by accident, which sounds fucked up, but he had the wrong insurance policy.
Wow.
If he actually, they got him to sign up, and he had an accident life insurance policy. So if he had died of normal causes, there wouldn't have been nothing. We couldn't have paid for the funeral. We couldn't pay. But he had accidental life insurance. He had accidental life insurance, and he died in a fucking accident.
Right.
Man, so it's like we got to start looking to that. Our wills, you know, our grave plots, who's gonna get what, so you don't have that arguing when your siblings get. Like that's what happened when my granddad died. It's like, who gets the house, who gets the car, who gets all that. Like I don't give a fuck about all this shit.
Right.
But there is somebody who does. So put all that shit out there together because we know it's going to happen. And it's like we in our community, especially in the Black community, we have this thing, this phobia. Like if we talk about it, we gonna kill our mom. If we talk about it, we gonna die. And it's like, you gonna die anyway. So you might as well benefit from it. Like we pay for Netflix every month. We pay for fucking subscriptions to the gym every month. Pay for your fucking life insurance so that when you pass on your kids, you get $250,000 or $1 million or whatever the fuck. You can pay the house off, and your wife can go to the Riviera and find her new man.
Right. Gotta give a shout out here. We got my man Vince Wright who came in representing the Sports Done Right show here on XY Radio. We also gotta give a shout out to Ms. Mocha Bella representing the 305. We see you on X Squad, see you on Facebook and on YouTube. We were just talking about you, Mocha. We were saying condolences to you and your family, you know, for the loss of your aunt. as well as the other X Squad members. That's kind of how we got in this topic. We just started talking about the loss that's around us, man. It's been really overwhelming. But there's something on the other side of this. But we can't take away the feeling or the pain from loss.
No, never gonna go away.
You're
never gonna forget your mom. You're never gonna forget your brother. You're never gonna forget your son or whatever. So it's just learn the lessons from it, move forward, do better, so that the next time, fix your family wounds, fix those rifts that you have with other family members and bullshit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And we got, so we got members, like I said, that have really close family members that they lost, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Got to give prayers and condolences to them as well, you know what I mean? At some point, we see them a little frequently in the shows and stuff like that, but they're going through so many things, man. It's like, take the time to, mourn before you, come back into operation, you know what I mean? And that's not just X Squad family, but all the podcasters.
Everyone. And another thing too, podcasting might be their outlet. It might be your way to, kind of have a little bit of semblance of normalcy in your life. Like, shit, let me go ahead and do this.
Right. I get it. All right. So anyway, we're back here on our topic, y'all. We were actually talking about the title of the show is "Want a Job," and I'm speaking about the lack of skilled labor. There's so many industries, areas that have holes, gaping holes in them because of the lack of skilled labor. I just looked at an article that spoke about our hometown, Newport News, Virginia, where they're trying to do construction, but they ain't got enough dudes building the houses right now. There's not enough people to fill the skilled laborers. And that ain't just Virginia, that's all over this country. There's a couple factors here that are causing that. It's theories on why it's caused. You got people who think it's certain, a certain thing. For the most part, most people say it's coming down to money. Like, why would I go work for pennies if I can get this unemployment and I can get this stimulus money? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, for one thing, that stimulus money is not going to last, and it's you already know, bro. You might as well go. You got the right motherfucker now. It's the old rabbit in the hat trick. It's that same thing. It's like it's kind of like the government's telling us there's no jobs and millions of people unemployed. We're going to pay people more than they could make from working a job than going to a job. But then they say there's no jobs. And then they say there's nobody qualified to do these jobs. But if everybody's unemployed, who the fuck was doing the jobs? So the same people who were unemployed was doing the jobs. So how are they not qualified now to take the jobs? And then how can we not pay them when we're willing to give double the money for them not to work?
Okay. I hear your direction you're going. When you speaking governmental, how about these private companies? How about putting something on them to pay better wages? So you're not speaking that side of it. You're speaking the government side of it. What about the wages? What about these people who've been paying you pennies? And it's like, yo, we've been paying you pennies, but hey, man, this shit is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Why is you paying me minimum wage to do this and this and this when I can go do this?
I can attest to this. I've been, when you said that shit today, that shit burnt. I started boiling because I worked at a company that's just like that. I'm not gonna put their name out there and do it, but I had my supervisor told me just 2 weeks ago, basically, you're never gonna get rich working here or working for anybody else. So y'all want some more money, y'all can go somewhere else. Basically, that was post me asking for a raise. So. So the point of that is these people are willing, and they did this when I worked a long time ago. I worked for the pool company. When Obama got elected, you saw a lot of these companies, these mom and pop companies. A lot of them went out of business trying to do this bullshit too. But they scaled back to the barest minimum of what they could do to run just to make it look like the economy is fucked up because Obama took over. So, like you said, we're not talking about government, we're talking about businesses. But it's an ideal. Like, if my company's building costs $28 million and they just built a brand new building from the ground up, but they're not willing to give the employees a 10-cent raise or 2% raise or cost of living raise or anything like that, it just says something to the character of the company. I mean, there's some companies out here who are taking care of people. No matter what company you're working for, you're getting the shaft because you're working for someone else, and they're never going to pay you. It's just like anything.
What you're worth.
You're not going to ever get paid what you're worth or what you deserve. Let's say that. But there are some companies who do take care of their people, and then there's other companies.
That's what we'll say. Taking care is better than
there's other companies like I said, like my company is. They have the mentality of, well, why the fuck would I pay you X amount of dollars when I can just let you quit or go somewhere else and hire another dummy to come in here and pay them nothing? And they think, so that's their mentality. So they're like, so when we do customer service, they're like, well, we'll take people who work at McDonald's who make $7 an hour and we'll pay you $11 an hour. You think you're living high on the hog, but really, they're just giving you the shaft. You see what I'm saying? So that's the mentality of most of these places. It's the same thing with America. It's like, why would I pay Americans $25 an hour to make Nikes and Zenith TVs and cars when I can just pay buy a machine and get that shit to put the cars and all this shit together and not pay no fucking body to keep all the money. But like I said, it's just character. It's about character, and as long as you're working for someone, you're always under the scrutiny of what they value and what their bottom line is. And that's what the problem in America today is. Their bottom line is never for the people. It's for their own pockets. It's for their own advancement. It's for their own profits. So, you're never going to get the good end of the stick from that.
Right. We got to give a shout out. We got 2 more members in here. Everybody's listening to the show and experience loss outside of events, right? Where we had Melvin, who's now joining us. My man DeGreatest is in here, and then we also Mocha. We spent the first 25 minutes talking about our discussion on loss, man, and how we've been affected by the X Squad family as well as other podcasters around us, man, who've just had this. So our condolences to y'all first off, you know what I'm saying, while I give a shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? We can't even fathom the feeling that you have, but you here supporting us and even listening to us during this time, man, is very much appreciated.
Yeah, man. Love y'all, man.
Yes, sir. All right. So Melvin was in the chat and said companies are not loyal to individuals. Perfect example, Ryan Cameron and the Hawks.
Right. I mean, that just lets you know who's the first person to go. He's the voice, he's this, he's that, and then it's like, when we need to cut somebody, shit, we ain't got nobody coming to the stadium. What the fuck we gonna pay him all this money for just to go 3? So it's
right.
And it's also about value. It's about how you value yourself.
Right. So so I'm gonna give you background. They said it was a business move. What they're saying is 92.9 The Game is the voice of the Hawks. Mm-hmm. They're owned by Odyssey. Used to be CBS Radio. Now they're owned by Odyssey. And Big Tigger is a personality on V103 who's also Odyssey company. So they said it made more business sense for them to get rid of Ryan Cameron, who works for Radio 1, which has no value, I guess, to this whole radio relationship to them. And they said it was a business decision, which is crazy. You know what I mean?
Right, but I don't even want to talk on that level because Ryan Cameron's a millionaire. He gonna be all right. Yeah, I'm talking about the nigga who sells the popcorn, the motherfucker who parked the cars, the nigga who cooked the hot dogs.
That's true.
All of those people, like I said, and like I hate to be that person, but that's the old bait and switch. They got us sitting around arguing about should Ryan Cameron get some more money, or who ticked Big Tigger, or who got screwed, when the little man who only makes $10 an hour, they really getting screwed.
Shit, they wish they made $10 an hour.
Right.
That shit probably minimum wage, $7.
You cannot hire Big Tigger and give everybody else who just make the hot dogs a fucking raise and make it better for them. You see, that's the shit that I'm talking about corporations. Like you're in the end, you're looking for a way to make more money, and you don't give a fuck about the little man who's doing the little bitty things that's inside the company that makes this shit work. Right. You know, it's like you have the mentality like, fuck them. I had a dude tell me this a long time ago, and it's always when I go ask for a raise too. I had a boss tell me, man, I'm not giving you no raise. I can get any monkey to do your job.
Damn.
So that's the mentality these motherfuckers have. They have a mentality of, we are just cogs and pawns in this shit, and you know, and the sad part is we're at the mercy of what a motherfucker's willing to give us. But the point that I say is, it's all about us too. Like, I can't complain about this job not paying me because I accepted what they paid me in the beginning. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of a twofold. We gotta feel our worth, and we gotta want to bring value to this. And sometimes we gotta go through the pain.
Right.
The problem, and I put the onus back on us, and I say us as people who were under this. If you were unemployed all this time, you've been getting all this money for unemployment, the extra money, the stimulus checks. Some people got the PPE loans, and said they had businesses, and didn't do anything with that shit.
Right.
So it's not just the companies. It's like, we didn't value these opportunities too. Like, if you've been sitting at home
hold on before you go that direction. Hold on before you go there, because I'm still talking. We're gonna still talk wages here. So I don't know. You've been off air for a month or two. I don't know if you saw what Mocha has come out. I'm not gonna say that, that's a different term in other circles. But Mocha has told the public now that she's a law official. I don't know if you saw that. Did you know Mocha is a policeman and a police lady in Miami?
Okay.
Did you know that? You never knew that, huh?
I know now.
Yes, she decided to tell everyone. You know, she came out on social media. She came out in the chat rooms, all those circles. So everybody knows
that explains a lot of arguments I have.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I speak about these college coaches, NFL players, basketball players. They're getting these huge wages, but yet professions like law enforcement or teachers or whatever you things that you quote unquote think should have a large amount of money, they're not making the money that you think they should make. You know what I mean? Like, teachers should be making a lot of money. Law enforcement who put their life on the line should make a lot of money. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's like we're watching LeBron make millions of dollars. We're watching Nick Saban make millions of dollars. It's
it's two schools of thought about that. Let's say the corporate school of thought is 80 million people are not going to watch Mocha go ride around in a cop car unless she on cops. You see what I'm saying? Well, 80 million people
on the show.
Right. I'm just saying. Right. Like, nobody's going to see you teach this class. You know what I mean? So we can't sell Budweiser beer or tampons or whatever sponsor. It's all right. So it's like, you can't. It's like when they talk about they should pay college kids. You know what I mean? It's like, you can't put a value on that's high enough. That's like the military should make more money. Everybody should make more money who are risking their life. Firemen, teachers, professors, daycare people, bus drivers, anybody who takes other people's life in their hands should make more money. So that's a valid point, but you're not generating enough money at your position to warrant the money, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Let me piggyback off something you just said.
Well, wait. And then on the other side, though, they are accepting of the money that they're getting. Like, you can Google what the average salary for a police officer in Miami or Atlanta is, and you sign up to go to the police academy. It's just like what I was talking about before. You know what it is. Like, you know you're going to go be a professor at fucking Stevenson Middle School or whatever. You know what your salary's going to be. You can't go in there and be like, you want Neil deGrasse Tyson's money, and you just a science teacher at fucking Sweetwater Middle School. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's levels to it. Like, yeah, everybody feels like everybody should be paid more, but what you're saying is kind of I don't want to say socialist, but it's that mentality of, well, they got the money because they paid this person, so everybody else should get more money. And it doesn't work that way. A billionaire is paying LeBron's salary. The billions of dollars. So who we need to be mad at is the school superintendent. We need to be mad at the chief of police or the mayor, because there's billions of dollars going into these budgets and stuff like that. But then, like I said, you got to pay for cop cars, you got to pay for training, you got to pay for bullets, you got to pay for, you got to pay for court costs and wheels and taser guns. And so it's like, it's all relevant, but if you look at the accounting, it's all bullshit. So, but go ahead. What are you just going to piggyback off?
We got to give a shout out to our brother from Still Digital and New World, John Wallace, here in the chat room as well.
Wallace? Yeah, what's up, Johnny?
He said hard to monetize.
He's back in America, right? He back in America now, right?
Nah, he back in Haiti. They were here for a good while and then went back.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw something say he was moving back to America.
I don't know, John. You need to give us breaking news if you said that. I don't know if I saw that, but I know he was here for a good while and they got stuck when they trying to get back to the airport. But Haiti is a little wild. I interviewed his wife about 2 shows ago, and she gave me a lot of breakdown on Haiti, man. It was a real awesome show.
Oh, right after the assassination?
Yes. He said they're coming back next year. All right. So anyway, so to piggyback what I was saying was, listen, so Rob Calloway, one of our show hosts, the HBCU report, he actually had a perspective that tripped me out. Because you think about, okay, athletes getting paid. You're like, oh, that's great. Athletes getting paid. But he's like, man, it's about to be a big clusterfuck. He said they put this out here and they did it with no qualms because they knew the shit was going to be a train wreck. So what now? Because he said, think about it. All right, you got your quarterback making big money, or your running back making big money. Your linemen don't have these endorsements. They have to block for the $1 million dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't getting this money. You know what I'm saying? So you got to block for this $1 million dude. So you got that situation going on. Then you can take it another area. You can take it to an HBCU where you got people who like Master P's son, and I forgot the other dude. It's another guy who got paid on endorsements who ain't never played a down of football just from the relationships that they made or who he knows. So he's getting this $1 million deal. You're on HBCU, you got people who are going to be jealous. You're going to have people who are going to try to stick your ass up. You know what I'm saying? It's so much stuff that's going to go down from this payment system that ain't cool. You know what I mean? And then who says football?
College athletes making money?
Huh?
You talking about college athletes making money, or you just talking about?
Yeah, college athletes making money. They're now allowing college athletes to get paid off endorsements. That's official now.
Right.
And now, okay, who says that the football player, the basketball player is supposed to make this money? What about the fucking rugby player or the soccer player? Or what I'm saying, you know, so how do you set this up? These people set their own deals up and make their endorsements.
Yeah, like you got certain people who Nike and Wheaties and all these people want to interview. They want to put them in video games and all those things. So yeah, like I watched some shit last night on HBO about the 10-year-old kid chess savant player. It's like a 10-year-old. It's like the greatest chess player in the world now or something. And he's gonna start getting deals. Like did a GoFundMe. They gave him $250,000. They got a house and all that. They're gonna take him all over the world. So I mean, at this point in time, just like what they said when they weren't paying college athletes, now this gives these kids more incentive to up their stock. So ideally, they should be playing harder. They should be out here working on their skills. Their agents and managers and things like that. Those are things now they have opportunity to do. This is what y'all asked. You can't be mad at so it'd be the opposite if you have a lineman that's great and the quarterback sucks. So you can't be mad that they want T-shirts with him, or they want him to host Saturday Night Live or be on a podcast or whatever, and you mad because the quarterback he's blocking for it don't get no endorsement. So now it kind of puts things in perspective, like how hard are you working? What are you doing to make yourself stand out? And of course, it always goes back to the same thing where people are going to play their favorites. You're going to have a great white hope. You're going to have, that type of thing. But that's going to be with anything. It doesn't matter. It's always going to be somebody willing to push the agenda. As soon as somebody come out and say they the first gay this or they the first this, somebody's going to get behind it and promote it. If you got somebody comes out and like, I don't care about Black Lives Matter, I just believe Blue Lives Matter or whatever, like Dak Prescott did, he's going to have a group of fans and people that want to do that. So it's good on one end, but it doesn't change anything because none of these motherfuckers was getting paid in the first place. So they shouldn't have a complaint at all. The only complaint you can have in college is on yourself. You know what I mean?
Let's circle this back around. All right, that's great. Let's go back to the bare nuts and bolts here. All right. Okay. Skilled labor. This is the issue here. Right now, there's a shortage. There's not enough electricians, not enough plumbers, not enough woodworkers, not enough laborers, day laborers, welders, all those different things. I met a guy. He came and did and you see him, he ain't been in our house in a minute, but we got custom, what's the external blinds you put up, you know what I'm saying? So we got our house painted and put some blinds on the outside, right? This dude makes them out of wood, stressed pallets or whatever. He takes that wood and makes stuff out of the wood, right? Anyway, he came here. Cowboy Jeff. So give a shout out to Cowboy Jeff with Cowboy Builds. So if y'all get a chance, go check out Cowboy Builds, BILDS.com. But anyway, Cowboy Jeff, big, tall, 6'7" black guy, came here. We was in the yard talking. He said, man, I've been in IT for 20 years. I was like, okay. He said, I stopped doing IT and started this company doing woodworking. I'm like, all right. So he does bars, he does custom bars, all kind of custom wood stuff, right? And he was like, yo, man. He's like, I can't really find. I had a couple guys, college guys, that kind of helped me out. But he's like, it's hard for me to find good help. But he's like, if I had to do this all over again, I would have done this wood stuff rather than doing IT. He said he made good money in IT. He made 100-something thousand. He said the wood stuff, he's making 200-something thousand. He said if he would have started that instead of doing IT, if he was just went into the woodwork, he'd be, way better off, making double what he did. 250,000, I think is what he said, doing this wood right now. So, I say that to say, we're as young folks, we're not looking at that stuff. It was honorable, for us as black men coming up to do a skilled labor. You know what I'm saying? But we used to have vocational ed, whatever the name was.
Vocab.
Yes, we had that. We had woodwork, we had whatever, all the different things, automotive, all that stuff that you had in school. And now you don't have it in school. And now nobody's really trying to do that. Or
if they're doing it, it's so astronomical in cost, nobody wants to do it.
That's true. And I got to give a shout. Like I said, we got Melvin here in the chat room. Hey, man, Melvin got that big 45 on the side, so he ain't mind if I did say that. But Melvin is, he's well off. He's doing very well, owning his own shop and taking care of cars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's honorable, in doing that, in auto mechanics. You know what I'm saying? Why? And my son actually went to a tech school. That's Kyle. Went to a tech school, and he was around a bunch of kids who did certain things, but it wasn't very well attended at the school. You know what I mean? Nobody's trying to do the auto mechanics or the electrician or any of that. What's your take on that? Everybody's now trying to be on YouTube, be a rapper, play basketball.
Right. Well, for one thing, and let's just get back to it, that's not sexy.
It's not sexy to be doing it, right?
Not sexy. And to contradict something you just said, we came up in that generation. No, we came up in the generation where our parents did that. And our parents had the mentality of, I did all of this manual labor. I don't want my kids to have to do that. So we didn't come up in that. Well, I didn't anyway. Like my granddad did that, welding and working on ships and getting dirty and like my granddad could do that. Like he built, him and his homeboy. If you come to that part in my grandma's house, the back two parts of that, they built that shit. They put the roof on. They laid the bricks to that shit. My granddad didn't do that. They did that shit on the side. He had a homeboy that fixed cars. They did and it came partially because of the blackness in the time. Like you had to do that because you couldn't afford to fix things, but things were easier to fix and do that now. But we came up in a generation where they wanted us to have better, so we didn't do that. So none of us know how to lay tile. Well, I mean, some of us do, but the majority of us don't know how to lay tile, do bricks, and put up drywall, and properly paint a room, fix holes in the wall. Just general stuff that men had to do in the 70s because, for one thing, they didn't have the money to hire anybody to do that, but it's just stuff that we had to do. Part two, they took all of those things that you're talking about out of school. Yep. The only thing they left in school was basketball and football. So none of that stuff is anything that's able for us to do. And the fucked up thing about it is now we're a generation removed from it. There's really no one to teach these things.
That's true. That's true.
So who can even teach us? The only teacher we could go to now would have to be a Mexican dude. Not to be racist, but to teach us all of these things. But now you're laughing, but they're going to have the same problem in 2 generations. 20 years from now, you ain't going to see no damn Mexicans doing roofs and all that. And they're going to have the same problem we're having right now. And I promise you, I'm not just saying this as the kids say to cap. Me and Lil have been talking about that for probably since the COVID started last year. We need to start a school like that. We need to come up with some rich philanthropist that's willing to devote the money and have those trainings, even if we got it. And it's not just the kids, but like every kid's not going to go to college. Every kid don't want to join the military now. So what are you going to do when you get out of school? Well, we need mechanics. We need bricklayers. We need roofers. We need cement people. We need all of these things now. Somebody has to train. So let them come down here. Give them a scholarship. If they test to where, we know you're not going to college. You're not going to be a mathematician. You're not going to do coding. You're not going to do IT. Well, you could work with your hands. You could do carpentry. You could do these things. Somebody's got to teach it. Like I said, not put Melvin on the spot, but like you can go to Melvin's and have a class on the weekend and get your certification to be a mechanic and open your own shop, be a barber, whatever. But somebody has to put the money into it. And somebody has to be willing to put the time in to do it. And nobody's going to, as they say, nobody's going to do it for free. But we got all these so-called black millionaires running around talking about Black Hollywood. I spent $1 million at the strip club. Well, how about spend $100,000 to teach these kids, who don't really have any direction or need something, another opportunity, get these skills going up. Bricklaying, roofing, carpentry. There's so many ways to make money, but we don't have to, even like with James, washing cars, getting a pressure washer. You know what I mean? Even scrapping.
I see James. What do you mean James washing cars?
Not James. What's your boy that washed the cars?
Oh,
ain't his name James?
Mark.
Oh no, James does the radio. I'm thinking about that.
I was like, damn, the car washing cars now? Okay.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like we have this mentality of, and it's just, and to be truthfully honest, like I work in the industry, but I don't want to get out here and lay no bricks or do nothing. Like I just have that mentality. Like, we don't have that man's man mentality. Like, but back in those days, you could go and earn an honest day's work laying bricks or doing tile or doing painting and doing it. Like we have no interest of that in our community because and I hate to say it, we got all these metrosexual ass dudes who scared their fingernails gonna get broke. You know, they don't want to get sweaty and gonna mess up their hair and all that stuff. So they don't want to get dirty. They don't want to be grimy. They don't want to be under the house cleaning the fucking what they call the crawl space and doing digging up pipes and learning how to run. Like when I worked for the pool company, they used to pay a dude, what was it, $1,000 a day just to dig the hole for the swimming pools. Damn. So all you have to do is get on the Bobcat, dig the hole. That was $1,000 a day. Woo. Just to drive and dig the hole. Right. And it was always some redneck white dude like, yeah, hey, what's up, Gus? Go get this hole, because I did the delivery to deliver the stuff to put in the fucking hole. So, but it was like just regular dudes. But we don't want to do that stuff. So it's like we can't. It's no way to make that appealing to people. Like that like back in the day, we just wanted to work. We were just so happy as black men to just be able to work and not be called nigga and feed your family and be able to get your little bottle of wine at the end of the week. But now, like I said, and it's also about a value system. We have this value system where we want to ride around in Maseratis and wear Versace shit. You can't do that shit laying bricks. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Not consistently. But even with the trucking industry, I got like Leela's cousins got trucks and he can't find anybody to drive them. I got my boy Chris who does HVAC. He's got a company just fixing air conditioning, installing air conditioning, taking old ones out. He can't find people to work because he pays so good. If you work for him a week, motherfuckers quit after they worked a week because they made so much fucking money, and then he can't find people to come and stay with him. He's willing to train you and do all that shit, but motherfuckers don't want to work.
That's what I'm trying to get. They don't want to work.
I don't want to work. I don't want to be outside all day digging a fucking ditch. I feel like a fucking slave. Like even when I go out and cut the grass, I'm like, God damn, I'm supposed to have a Mexican over here do shit. But and that's the mentality we gotta take out of our community. That's some sucker shit, or that's some shit for somebody else to do. And we have to reinstall that in our society. Like everybody's not gonna be Jordan, and we've been saying that shit, but then we've been telling people, go do IT, go do some computer job, go sit in a cubicle all week, go work at the bank. And nothing's wrong with that, but where are the men at? The dude that come home with his tool belt with his pants dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get back to that lunchbox style of work. Like, we X'd ourselves. Like, I tell people this all the time, and it sounds racist. And if it does, I apologize. But I have never went to Home Depot at 8 o'clock in the morning seen a nigga out there.
Seen a nigga what?
Outside waiting for somebody to pick him up.
Hold on. What are you trying to say? You saying
motherfuckers don't want to work, bro. Okay,
I'm not trying
I've never seen a black. I'm sorry. I've never seen a black person at the gas station when you pull up in the morning at 8 o'clock. But you'll see 15 dudes like, hold on. Tell me how I know. They walk up to the car. They're like, hey, you want me to work? You want me to do something? Like they're waiting at the gas stations, at the Home Depot to get work. And people out here saying there's no money, there's no work. And motherfuckers don't want to work, bro.
All right.
I got two comments. They don't want to work at all.
I got two comments in the chat room. One is from Melvin. He said, Keith, I really believe it's a process. I came out of school doing customer service for ProMaster Satellite during the day and party promoter at night. Without those jobs, I couldn't excel at what I do today. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, but he had to have a passion for that. Somewhere along the line,
he worked at NTB or Meineke, one of them places, and he was doing, did light work, batteries and tires and shit like that. And he just developed and went further. But there had to be something kind of similar to you, bro. It's very similar to you. He got tired. He was like, well, I'm tired of sitting here at this desk all day in the damn air conditioning. Do you remember me and you used to have that conversation where you was like, I'm tired of this damn warehouse. I want an office job. And
right,
here you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't say I'm tired of this warehouse job. Let me go get a job that's even harder than that. I wanted a cushy job in the inside with air conditioning, with my feet up, talking on the phone and doing, like I said, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be no real man. That's real man shit. And I think that's the problem. We had this mentality like selling drugs and all that shit is the only real man shit you could do. But the real man shit is going out here, building houses and learning as they used to say in the old school. All the old black men say, man, well, you got to get a trade. Got to get a trade. The motherfucker can't take that shit away from you, man. If you know how to lay tile or paint houses or drive trucks or anything like even landscaping. You got a lot of dudes out here just it's basically just cutting grass, cutting trees and all that, but you got your equipment, you got all of that stuff. But you gotta have the mentality that that's what you want to do. And motherfuckers don't want to do that. They don't and like I said, the people that's doing it, the one good thing I can say about, not the one good thing, but great thing I saw about Melvin, I went over there and seen Melvin Jr. Or I don't know if that's his name.
Yes, Melvin Jr. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Melvin Jr. over there working in the damn shop.
It ain't Junior.
That's the thing.
Melvin's the third, so that'd be Melvin the fourth.
Melvin, but that's what I'm saying. When you go to American Deli and Chinese restaurant and to any place like that, and you see those other nationalities, they got them kids in there fucking working. They're working, so they know that this is how we pay the bills. This is the generational where when we do get some money, we want our kids as far away from whatever the fuck we do as like my kids already told me that shit. It's like, we ain't trying to be like you and mama. I ain't trying to be in no cubicle all my life to do it. Like they don't even appreciate that shit. And part of that is our mentality, because we come home every night like, fuck, this shit sucks.
This what Mocha said. This is what Mocha said. This kind of weighs in a little bit of that. She said these young adults think that being on social media can make them easy money because they see these entertainers making it with followers and likes.
Right, yeah. and you can make money at that shit, but you got to work at that.
You got to work at that.
You can't make no money on the internet unless you're getting hundreds of thousands of likes.
You know we know that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it's none of this is guaranteed. You can go to school and learn a trade, and you can lay a brick, and that shit can fall in your ass. You can die. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying the mentality in our community is there's no jobs, nobody want to pay, but we don't have the mentality of I can do something as simple as buying a truck. Like with that, like I said, with the PPE loans, all these people that got the PPE loans and went and bought sneakers and stupid shit. You could have went and bought a fucking box truck and be making deliveries for Amazon right now, making $500-$600 a day.
Yes. You
could have went and bought a pressure washer and be washing cars and making $400, $500, $600. I seen a lady the other day on fucking TikTok. She went and bought a fucking a self-wash car wash. Like where you go in with the little chambers and you wash your own fucking car and put the little vacuum cleaner and all that shit. Yeah, she making $4,000 or $5,000 a month, but we don't think like that.
We need that article right quick, bro. I'll tell you after the show.
What?
But yeah, keep that one bookmarked.
We got this. First of all, like I said, our culture, and it's not our culture because it's being promoted to us by someone other than us. But the culture that they're pushing to our children now is, if you ain't got a lot of money real fast that you can just throw in the fucking trash, then you're not living and you might as well kill yourself. And that's the problem. We don't look at it like 10 years from now, 5 years. Like we used to have the thing like, where you going to be in 5 years? They want to know where they're going to be in 5 minutes.
Woo!
They can't make $1 million in 5 minutes, then they don't want to fucking do it. And
Y'all
if
hear
they
him.
can make $1 million, huh?
I said, y'all hear him. You know, G Hicks always got a G Hicks quota boy.
That's the mentality, and we have to break that cycle, and it's going to be hard to do because, like you were talking about, people making millions of dollars on TikTok, people making millions of dollars on OnlyFans, people doing all of these things and bullshit, and somebody looks at that shit and say, "What the fuck? I want to go out here and paint houses every day for." But I'm telling you, like I don't want to put my man business out there, but one of the people I was talking about makes $250,000 a year doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? But it's work. Going outside, fixing this, digging in the dirt, doing all that type of shit. It's not easy.
Right.
You know? But it's work. And motherfuckers don't want to fucking work. It's and like I said, I'm putting myself in that category. But I tell you what, the difference is in me, if anything happens tomorrow, for whatever reason, my company shuts down or they fire me, I don't have a problem going down to Melvin shop, sweeping up bolts and shit to get some money. I don't have a problem going out and standing at Home Depot and riding around with a nigga, hey, hold on, and going with the essays and getting a fucking job.
You be one of them dudes in the barbershop sweeping up hair, like the kids be in there?
I mean, I that's a little low, but it's leading to something else, yes. So my thing is this. If you don't have the mentality, you say, I don't want to work. That's what my daughter always tells me. Daddy, I ain't trying to be like you. I ain't trying to sit in no cubicle. I don't want to do that. So then, okay, what's your fucking plan?
Right.
What's your plan? You can't have that mentality and not have a plan. Your plan is, well, get rich or die trying. No, that's not a fucking plan.
Get rich or die trying.
That's not a plan. What is your fucking plan? So you want to start your own business. Well, what's the business? What is it? And that's like me and Leela argue about that all the time. We got like 20 businesses we want to start, and she's research master. She's going to research herself until she's like, we don't be able to do that because it's going to cost $250,000 to do this, and we got to have insurance to do this, and we got to. So she's going to talk herself out of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. And I'm the person that's like, oh, we can do it. We can do anything. And it's like, no. But it's like just something simple. What is the need that people have? Like I had a dude that when the COVID hit the first, he just started making masks, making his own masks and getting on the selling. My grandson's father, he has a regular job, but he comes home at night and third party sells shit on fucking Amazon. So it's ways to do it, but motherfuckers gotta work. And that's the thing. We have this microwave mentality and we don't want to work for shit. It takes work.
That nigga D Greater says, it's G. Listen, you ain't been on the radio so long, we don't even know your boy.
Yeah, tell him it's me.
Yeah, D Greater is G.
Tell him I done hit a sore spot this week. Because I had a motherfucker tell me what I can't do and what I'm going to do and what he's going to give me. And I don't ever want to, and I said that shit, so I'll be 50 next year. I don't ever want to be under a motherfucker's thumb where they can tell me they can take some shit away from me, or I don't deserve some shit, so I have to have a plan. The same shit that I'm telling people right now is what I'm going through right now. I have a plan. I have to next year this time have some type of business for myself, so I don't have to ever depend on. I refuse to work for another man.
That's
when
gonna
I
take
leave this job that I'm at now. I refuse to work for another man.
I'm about to throw some ideas, and that's another part of my show. So, John. I'm gonna catch you say what John said. John said he had a couple of things. He said that he heard they were paying $25 an hour to work fast food. Now I'm coming to McDonald's. I saw 31 on something, but I don't know if that was real. That might have been some fake social media.
No, it's 31 if you're a manager. But if you're a manager at McDonald's, they can call you anytime. It's like you're a fucking doctor. They can call you anytime at night, just like QT. And they can be like, hey, the people over here on Wesley Chapel didn't come to work. I need you to get up, come to work. Even though you work 10 hours a day already, I need you to go over to Wesley Chapel and work there and be the manager tonight and do all that. So yeah, you can make $30,000 doing that at McDonald's, but you're a fucking slave.
Right. You know what I mean? And then another thing he said was social media / influence is not easy to make it big. We know that. We see that all day. All right, you can watch Big Ja, you can watch Country Wayne. They're making, $1 million plus a year, but look how long it took them to do that. And you got them, but then you got another dude who's doing his skits, and he got 10 people to watch this. You know what I mean? It ain't. You can say, okay, keep working at it, and you'll get to that. But we don't know that.
I told you the other day that dude, this fucking what's his name? Drake from State Farm. Jake from State Farm. Yeah. He used to be on Big Josh skits. He was just an extra on Big Josh skits, and some shit happened with the dude who's really Jake from State Farm, and he ended up getting the job. Now he's like the spokesperson for that company. Yeah, that's like a fucking 1 in a million. You know, that's like hitting the lottery, getting struck by lightning, getting bit by a vampire. Like that's like people look at that shit and say, I can do that too. Yeah, you could do that. You could be Doja Cat. But motherfuckers don't understand. Doja Cat had 3 albums before she made that stupid ass cow song, and people went viral, and then it was all like, "Oh, she's so fucking great." So it's not that fucking Alicia Keys. I love telling that story. Alicia Keys been singing that same song for 7 years. I Keep On Falling. Before Clive Davis saw that shit at a party, and she got signed and became the person that she was. So, like I said, motherfuckers don't want to work. So it takes a lot of work and determination to sing the same song for 7 years. B.O.B. I was there when B.O.B. blew up because he beat Folk Teller in the goddamn at the talent contest because all of that shit was rigged. And that was you was there that night. Yeah. And he came out singing that same, this is for the haters, or this is all my haters, or whatever that shit. Haters everywhere.
I see some haters.
He was doing that song, and next thing you know, you seen that nigga with Bruno Mars. And just think, now, the shit that people want to happen with them is what happened with Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars was on the song with B.O.B. and became this superstar just because he was in the right place at the right time and blew up. Like The Weeknd, he was just in the right place at the right time and blew up because of Drake. Right. That's what everybody wants to happen to them, but they don't understand. You have to be you have to work yourself into the room where you're with that person that can give you that push. Right. So
that's like old school getting signed.
Right. If I want to be a mechanic, I need to go hang around fucking Melvin every day. You know what I mean? That's the problem. Like you got to surround yourself with the people. That's what's great about X Squad. We want X Squad to blow up and do podcasts, and we're surrounded by great podcasts. So all it takes is for one podcast to blow, and then people are like, who the fuck is X Squad? And then everybody else is going to have an opportunity. So, but it's going to take that work. It's going to take these years to do that. And some people, that's why some people fell off, and some people was like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do my own thing, whatever. Yeah. It's like the shit, they want instant gratification. And I don't blame people because people work hard, but it doesn't work like that in the real
There's others who work harder. Shout out to Jeff Fox, man, who's really invested in his show. He's got a serious show coming up this year. He's now got an agency behind him. They're putting the budget behind him to put him in sports bars to talk sports talk. Nice. He had a budget, you know. He used me to help him with a couple ideas and things.
Working.
Right. Then he got Luke that's partnering with him on some things. You know what I'm saying? He got that relationship with Luke. You know what I mean? So it's going down, man. Jeff Fox is about to really blow. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to 305. Huh?
My best friend Jeff Fox. The nigga whose name I couldn't get right every day.
He used to mess with name. I'd say, what's up to George Fox? Like, what? God damn. Jeff Crocs.
Yeah, that's the name of every day I had to go on his site and apologize to him. Shit. But yeah, that's all it is, man. The opportunities are there, especially now, but motherfuckers don't want to do the work. It's no other explanation other than that, bro. It is really that simple. So it's just like losing weight, motherfuckers. Rather take a pill and go get liposuction and go to the gym every day. It's just the mentality of a man. Like they say, the American dream is have a dog in the house and a picket fence. No, the American dream is get rich quick. And
I'm willing, like I said, I try to tell people that it's working smarter, not harder. I actually had a conversation with Kyle a little earlier because they were like, hey, we want him and his buddy, they trying to get some revenue stream. They want to do a web hosting company. I'm like, yo, I've been doing web hosting 20 years. And then I told them, you know, it's a tough market. And so, you know, you can stay I didn't really suggest you really putting a whole lot into it because I've paved that way already. And the same thing with websites, the same thing with app development, same with all that stuff. That it's cheaper sometimes to utilize the labor, and that's what the corporate America is, utilizing the labor that's around you. There's people that hit me up from India, from all these places that say we'll develop an app for, I don't know, $25 an hour, whatever it is. You know, it's usually a very low rate. You could turn around and say, okay, it costs you $200 to get this app developed. You can charge $1,000 to somebody or under your corporation or your LLC or whatever, and this company that built it for you maintains a relationship of doing the support or doing any fixes or modifications or whatever it is. They never have to know about who did that. That's just one thing. There's so many other things that have that same exact business model. You know what I mean? Not to give away some of what we've done, but we've been in that similar model with certain things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the point of that. You gotta have, you're still based off of what that person is. Like with us, with what's the company downtown that we used to use all the time? PK Prints, or where you go pick the flyers up in the back door and shit.
There you go. You're giving away my business practices, but yeah, same thing.
Oh, shit. My bad. but that's what I'm saying. Once they realized that people were doing that, then they just go up on their prices, and then they and that's like when we was doing the printing stuff.
Yeah.
You go send somebody an email in Gmail, and fucking what's the most Vistaprint put ads on the side of your fucking email.
That's true. But I still have that business model. I still do printing, you know what I mean? I have print brokers and print places that actually have lower rates. And John actually prints too, you know,
you're not in control. Yeah. You're not in control of the environment. You're just basically you're brokering. It's like a travel agent.
It's a broker. It's brokering.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Your basis and your price is still always based on what the other person is doing for you.
Yes.
Now the difference in that is what we always talked about. Why don't we just go buy our own fucking printer and cut out the other man?
But would you want to have that headache? Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it's cheaper to go off the back of somebody in a broker situation.
Like we're doing videos. Now motherfuckers is like, I can film a video on my phone. I don't want to pay for $5,000 for you to do a music video. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like technology will put you out of business too, depending on your model of what it is, unless you're just doing something so great, or you have a name, or you have some type of gimmick that you're doing that you can do that. So either you're going to work harder and charge less, or you're going to offer a quality or some type of thing that people can't get even when they go to the larger places.
But it's so many. It's so many things have been added into the mix. Why work as a server in a restaurant when you can jump in your car and deliver the food for Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever, and have your own, set your own schedule or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, and that's like I said. So the restaurants have to adapt, but some restaurants still have that ambiance thing with the COVID. That's different. But some places you want to go and sit down. So now, to give you a perfect example, okay. So now I'm getting Uber Eats. So instead, I want to have a romantic dinner with my wife and have the ambiance. So now this is what you do. Instead of Uber Eats, you do Uber dates. So now you get the food delivered.
Uber dates.
What?
Oh, break that down, man.
Yeah. No, they've got things. They already got people who did it. We already looked into this.
Oh, set up a whole ambiance for you.
Yeah. Like they'll set up the picnic in the park. I've seen it. Now you do that. If matter of fact, Says Sizzle does that. He'll come to your house.
I saw it.
Cook the shit and put the candles up and right. So that's another niche, but motherfuckers got to get in on that and do it good, so you could get good reviews and all that shit, because you don't want just anybody in the fucking house and all those type of things. So it's like there's caveats to all this, but people got to think outside the box. So there's opportunities, but you got to change with the times. That's what happened to Blockbuster. They didn't change with the times. So they went out of business because motherfuckers like, well, I could just get a movie in the mail. I remember you and Slee used to have the fucking Netflix coming in the mail. I was like, this is dumb as shit. I go to Blockbuster and then Blockbuster was gone. And then what's happened now? Now you don't get shit in the mail. Now you just go on the internet and just click on it and it's on there.
Yes.
But it took years to develop that technology. And then somebody might say, and that's the only thing that I say with you and Kyle, like what he was talking about doing a server, if you can come up with a niche or a gimmick or something that's better, hey, then do it. Because people would have said, well, Netflix is already streaming. We can't do it. But then all these other Hulu came. And then
you got to be disruptive. You got to be disruptive. Yeah, so remember that
some type of thing that's going to make you stand out.
Remember that thing I said to hold on to, and I told you we'll talk about it later. We got something disruptive. It's a Kyle idea again. So he's already trying to develop something. You know, he's a lover of cars, so I'll just say that. It's crazy. And me and the wife was like, what?
Oh, but even that, like, remember when the guy came out with the shit where you could just rent a car, not from Enterprise.
Yeah, the Turo and shit.
You could the Turo shit. So it's like, it's never, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but
make it better.
You know, yeah.
Like rideshare. There was already cabs around. So now you like, fuck cabs, let's do this.
They already had that shit. So now they just infiltrated. Now think about this. I give you a free one. The mobile salon. People don't want to go get their hair done with shit. We'll bring that shit to it. Do your nails, do your fucking eyebrows, do all that shit at the house. We just roll up in the van. So, matter of fact, I seen the mobile video game party and shit. So like some kid out here in the neighborhood had a party. And he's come up with the truck with the Call of Duty and like 5 or 6 computers already set up. You just play in there.
Yep.
So
mobile mechanic.
Party bus. Yeah, mobile mechanic. Remember the party bus? Yep. Remember the it's so that's what I'm saying. There's so many ways to get paid. Motherfuckers don't want to work.
Yes.
And motherfuckers don't want to spend the money. And that's the shit that pisses me off. That's the thing that pissed me off when we were doing business. It was like motherfuckers would spend $10,000 renting a venue, setting up a show, and then we said the flyers was $100 for $5,000. They was like, oh man, $100. I'm like, nigga, you just spent $10,000 to get a little Uzi to sit in here for 5 seconds, and you don't want to pay us $100 for a fucking goddamn $100, man. I can get a nigga do the flyer, brother. Like motherfucker. So that's the other thing though.
People don't value business. They don't value people. They always try to get the homeboy hookup.
No. Yeah, that's what I learned. Like I said, when me and Quab did the videos, that's why I draw the line. I was like, bro, I'm not even turning my computer on for anything less than $500. I'm not even going to turn my computer on. If you ain't got $500, you fucking call me. I'm not doing no more $50 videos and just get my name out and all that. Fuck all that fucking bartering and all that shit. Fuck that. But I mean, if it's worth it, yeah. But it never works out the way you want to do it. But as business,
people always are in for self.
How you work?
What can I get out of this deal? It's for anything.
Yeah. Right.
Anything.
And then you get there and niggas be mad. Like I remember we did that one time for somebody. We bartered and they were like, well, do the flyers for us. Y'all can put y'all logo on it. We put our logo on it. Why y'all logo on it? Motherfucker, that was the deal. You know what I mean? Like, so,
hey man, we done done some shit, man. We done done people whole shit with like for a logo on the shit.
Yeah.
Like, damn, did we really get our worth? We done bitch our whole shit.
I set the whole shit up. My dumbass.
No, because John's here. John's here in the fucking chat room. Listen, John. Still digital. Me and G been into the Kool-Aid. I mean, not to say everybody been in the Kool-Aid with TJ, but them niggas, all y'all made some money. We ain't get one dime from TJ. Not one dime, not $1 from TJ. and he sold us on come down here and mimic your company. I see you got a whole team. You could do that for Still Digital. You know what I mean? You could distribute CDs here too on my site and set up the servers. I'll make you the vice president of IT, and then you can hire whoever you want. That's Glenn. You're okay. That's your guy. Okay, yeah, he's with you then. You know what I'm saying? No, he ain't gonna no money, but you can pay him out of your money.
Hindsight 2020, bro. We had the first opportunity to have our own streaming service, and we didn't even think that far. We was literally driving around Atlanta trying to get consigned CDs in fucking record stores and shit.
Before CD Baby and all that shit, bro.
Right, before streaming and everything. We had all that shit. And
we was selling music on the web before that digital download. You could order the shit and we mail it to your ass.
We were friends with CD Baby.
Yes.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Anyway, John had laughed talking about he had to make TJ give him equipment. Yeah, man. TJ told me to come bring my paycheck and he'll match what I make at my job. And I was like, hey man, hey TJ, but this is after taxes. He's like, no, I'm not doing before tax. I'm talking about this right here after tax. I'm paying that. Like, nigga, that ain't paying the same. I got benefits coming out. I got 401k. I got taxes. I need to make this figure. Oh, no, I can't do that. Well, you can't do that. I'm not here. I'm glad I never made that move.
Yeah, that was a pretty dumb move right there. We done had, like I said, I had a lot of people sell us wolf tickets and all that shit. But that's what I'm saying. That's part of working and failing. That's the other thing. You gotta fail. You're gonna fall before you get back up. So, you know, and the one thing that I can say, we've only ever had one real shiesty partner. It was trying to rob everybody, but
Hank Smith.
You gotta have people you can trust. I mean, but he wasn't trying to rob us on what we said we wanted him to do. He was just robbing us on what he was doing.
What he was doing. It was for self. It was a self mission. That's all that was.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So,
and that happens.
But yeah,
trust your partner.
Yeah, you're gonna have people like that. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna have things fail. But the main thing is to grow from that and move forward. Yeah. And people just get stagnant and stuck on that stuff. And then next thing you know, you're bitter. You don't want to do it no more. You give up. And that's the problem with most people. So.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Well.
The main thing is opportunity is there. You got to work. Just got to work, man. You got to put the fucking work in. Because they're giving away money. There's opportunities out there. I wish that they made it more, because they and that's the part, like we were talking about earlier. They need people to do these things, but they don't want to pay people.
Yeah,
they don't want to. Yeah, they don't want.
That's the bottom line, bro. It's the money. It's these people. It's paying people. That's what the bottom line of this whole shit is. Pay the people, and nobody wants to come out their pocket. You know
my tip to you is this: just like I'm gonna do with my job. They don't want to pay me the money, but I have the experience now, after I've been there 5 years, to say, all right, well, I can go do this. Now I can go somewhere else and do this. Now I know what my worth is. And that's the other thing. You got to pay your fucking dues. So, yeah, if you go, I hate to keep using Melvin as an example, just say, you go work for Melvin. Yeah, Melvin not going to pay you what the fuck he makes. But after you work there 3-4 years, then yeah, all right, you made some money. You can go start your own mechanic or go work someplace else and say, hey, I worked at this place for 3 years. I did this. I did transmissions. I did this. Now I want $50 an hour. I want $30 an hour, or whatever the fuck it is. But you got to put in that work so you have the credentials to do that. Motherfuckers just come straight out of college or straight off the boat or straight out of high school and be like, yeah, nigga, I want $2 million a year. So you can't fucking do that. So it's unrealistic expectations. And it's, you're dealing with shiesty motherfuckers that don't want to pay, because especially now, if there's 30 million people that don't have a job, then and you come in and talk about you want $50 an hour, and somebody else come in and say they want $10 an hour, who the fuck you think they're gonna hire?
Right.
So
I get it.
You got to make your expectations realistic. Have realistic expectations, and have a great work ethic. Be on time, be ready to learn, and take your opportunities.
Yeah.
And people don't want to fucking do that, bro. That's just the bottom line. People don't want to do it. So I don't know, man. I feel like I've been ranting.
Hey, that's it, man. Hey, you ain't got no show, man. People are like, where the hell G at? Like, man, he ain't got no show. But you'll be back soon.
Yeah, one day. This thing called marriage. We just on a little hiatus.
This thing called marriage. Shout out to Lila. What's up, man?
This thing called hiatus. But we still married, though.
That's
right.
Changed. There you go. Hicks will be back. Hey, anyway, man, I appreciate you coming through, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't stay away for so long, brother.
Nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? We need to get together, man. We're going to get us a fishing trip.
We're going to get these fishing poles in the water. Throw these lines in the water.
That's right. All right, man. Love y'all.
Not old man shit on.
Holla at y'all, man. Peace.
All right, brother. Talk to you.
Later.
All right, y'all. Been an episode of Kicking It with Key C Show. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. You know what I mean? It's been a great show. You know what I'm saying? You know, outside of me catching up with my homeboy. That's what it sounded like this show was. But nah, we was rambling on some good stuff, man, for real. But I appreciate y'all. Keep tuning in, xsquadradio.com, the X Squad Radio Network. Get the X Squad Radio app. Go to your store and get the X Squad Radio app and tell a friend. At least tell one person. Everybody's in here to the sound of my voice. At least tell one more person to get the X Squad Radio app. It's in the store. We're going to play a little music when I get done here. And it's going to go through the night. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, man. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. Listen, I'm paying ads to get this thing out here, man. Trying to get everybody, man. xsquadradio.com, X Squad Radio Network. Shout out to Miss Mocha Bella. Thank you representing 305. Thank you for, you know what I'm saying, our social media director here, you know what I'm saying, getting it out here. She always is in the shows, getting what we do out to the masses. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for doing what you do. Shout out to my man Melvin, who helps the gears roll on this engine, you know what I'm saying? Literally, you know what I mean? Hey, shout out to D Greatest, you know what I'm saying? Hardest working man here on the X, you know what I'm saying? Doing his thing, man. Shout out to my man Vince Wright. Shout out to my man G for coming through. Shout out to my man John, you know what I'm saying? Representing, always coming through, checking us out here on our social media. Did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody. Yeah, I think so. But anyway, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all doing what you do, you know what I'm saying? And in case you didn't know,
Squad Radio, changing listening habits.
Yeah, man, it's your boy Lilo Jones, aka International Lilo, ATL's most interesting Negro, and you listen to X Squad Radio. You dig?
Hey, X Squad, I got one more question, man. Man, y'all gonna pay me for this?
West, y'all.
Bang, bang.
Throw them W's up. Westside Wednesdays with your boy, The Greatest from South Central. Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. X Squad Online Radio Network, iHeartRadio, Spotify, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, we got more.
We all hate when we have unexpected car problems. Well, I am here to tell you about a viable solution. Bay 11 Auto and my man Melvin. You have emission problems? Brakes need changing? Transmission slipping? Is your car just driving sluggish? No problem is too big. I live on the other side of town and I drive over an hour to a guy that I trust. Melvin is honest, dependable, and definitely not in the business to break your pockets. Come see the Squad official mechanic Melvin at Bay 11 Auto. You will be glad you did. You can reach him at 1455 General Arts Road, Conyers, Georgia, or 404-295-5715. That's 404-295-5715.
This is your boy D Greatest from South Central, and you tune into X Squad Radio Network. Yeah, man.
you're tuned into the X Squad Radio Network, where we're changing your listening habits 24/7, 7 days a week.
This is a X-Squad podcast.
Hey.